switch to sort of the male personality is like, so Jaskima, she sent you, and for clarity, have you asked for a drink yet? Because if not, they will pour you one, whether you ask for it or not.
Choose. I don't know what drink.
If it's drinks, I only drink the blood of anything.
I think I can get you on that one. And he actually pulls out. So it looks like it's blood red, but it's definitely alcohol. You're not sure what's in it. It's kind of got like a little bit of a violet color to it. And he basically makes you a Spaceball Bloody Mary. And instead of like a little twig of celery or something sticking out of the top, it literally looks like a tree branch sticking out of the top. He's like,
which drink is it?
Hold on.
It's the red
I'm just
one.
gonna hold this drink. Like, I'm not gonna drink it, but I am just gonna like hold it to myself. Like, I am here at the party.
Yep. He says, "How about you, kiddo? What you want?"
Well, I don't know. The same thing. Same thing.
Same thing. Well, you don't seem to have force powers that might go down a little less smooth for you. How about something like this? And he'll actually pour you. Basically, it's the equivalent of a Guinness. It's essentially a Mandalorian beer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
It's less refreshing and more like being punched in the stomach, but it's pretty good.
Good old
I'll take a
DeLorean.
sip.
Yes.
So, Orlando, we're here to collect a large parcel for our friend who I very much would also like off this ship and onto our perceived ship and delivered as well. What we need is a good way to enter the quarantine bay, steal a ship, and leave this station with the ship, the parcel, in order to get to the Prince of Druidica. What can you do for us? And I promise you, we'll be able to pay you back.
So, there's another shift with Orlando, and they switch back over to female mode and sort of like changes postures more upright, sort of a little bit light-fingered with their own glass, like running their finger along the rim of their glass, which is filled with like a lubrication for a droid and not actually alcohol, and goes, "Well, honey, I have no problem doing business with you. I will tell you where the parcel is. As long as you fulfill the side of the deal that Jaskima was going to do, which is I need 500 credits up front. Or, you seem like resourceful fellows. I am willing to drop that price considerably in exchange for your promise of future information delivered to me at your convenience in the future. I'm generally easy to find. Just look for the chilies."
I'll give you one more.
All
Do
right.
you see that young man outside? In the robes and the hair?
The guy who looks like he just robbed a Hot Topic and also got his dog kicked to death? Yes.
Yes, and you see Glupshito dancing with glow sticks, correctly?
The robot kind of leans up over the counter and goes, "I can't exactly see him. I see very small hands with glow sticks being twirled around."
Long story short is, that young boy is actually Pepito, the son of the Spanish ambassador. And Pepito is very well connected to the royal family of Spain. The planet Spain, of course. And
of course.
we are here giving him his holiday, his final rum springer, before he goes back to his life of normalcy. So we've been showing him the pleasures of flesh, the pleasures of blood and bone, as well as the frivolous movements of dance. And so a part of our contract is actually taking care of him in response. The Spanish ambassador will owe us greatly, and therefore owe you as well for helping us complete our mission.
Yeah, and you could always just tell them that they were here when we boosted the stuff too, so you have blackmail on them.
Okay. Give me a deception roll with advantage because you're getting an assist. The number on this is pretty high.
How's with advantage? That's a 23.
So with a 23,
Nat 20.
you know what? It's a natural 20. Orlando leans across and goes, really? I did hear that there was some kind of dust up with the planet of Spain's royal family. Is it quite true that he's out looking for a bride so he can take his place?
You have to help us first, remember? Then we do the little swapperoonie with the information, right?
No. What I'm doing is I'm betting this information. If the information is good, it is actually worth enough to release you from the small handling fee I was going to charge Jiskima. So the real question is, has the prince found someone who has piqued their interest yet? Or would they be open to possibly a meet cute with somebody who would be deemed a useful person to have adjacent to the throne of planet Spain?
Look at Pepito. Look at his weak legs. Look at his sullen face. Look at the shame brought upon him, the blackness of his heart, and you will understand that he has not yet found his mate. For a mate will bring you blood to your veins, flesh to your cheeks, and a quiver in your chest.
Well, I'm not exactly looking to marry up myself, but the information would be quite valuable. Above table, by the way, anything less than a natural 20 probably wasn't going to do it. You gotta honor a natural 20. So he goes, all right then. So here's the deal. Provided he doesn't come across anyone on his own, I am going to send you some, let's just say, some Tinder profiles of people who may be interested in possibly getting closer to Pepito, I think you said his name was?
Yes, Pepito.
I will expect that you facilitate at his earliest conveniences maybe a couple of blind dates, and I will consider the debt paid in full at that point.
The dates will definitely be blinded, yes.
Oh, fantastic. And then Orlando stands up and switches back into sort of male mode and leans across the table with sort of the brownish orange eyes and goes, so just between you and me, I am more than happy to help you out, if only to get certain things that are underneath me out from underneath me. But this information that you've given me is actually worth maybe just a little bit more than the 500 credits I just asked. So I'll tell you what, for every one of those little meet cutes that you meet me halfway on, I'll throw in an extra 100 space bucks to cover the expenses of, the activities that may or may not occur. And if love connection happens, we can talk afterwards, and maybe we have a relationship coming into this particular quadrant between all of us. Provided things work out.
If you like this arrangement, I also happen to know a prince of Nigeria who would love to speak to you.
Planet Nigeria, haven't been there in ages. I will say,
very much online.
So, does the boy have a alias he's going by? Because obviously, I can't tell people to walk him and say, "Hey, Prince Pepito, do you want to marry me and rule a planet together?" Doesn't work that way.
Yes, for today, his alias is Garth Brooks. I could, if a blinded date works successfully and they know, then I could share the real name of him, Pepito, and
yes.
his other various royal titles.
Understood. You would. I can see there's a little vizier in you. I think it would work out quite well for both of us, this arrangement, if it works. In the meantime, and he actually snaps his mechanical fingers. He actually snaps them so fast it sounds like almost like a clap of lightning. And a Twi'lek dressed in very fine robes comes over and says, "This is Deuce. This is my major domo. He will point you in the direction of the storage container and give you the code to access it. And afterwards, he'll return to me and make sure you got yourselves, well, let's say as far as the docking bay. After that, it's up to you whether or not you make it off the ship. I will say that the Spaceballs have been a little bit more paranoid than usual recently with the comings and goings. That's the only reason I'm still here. But who knows? You may be able to blast your way out. They aren't the best shots after all.
Is there a control room for the docking bay? One that we could possibly open doors, cover shipping manifests, look at various comings and goings, so that we might not have to leave everyone in a large sound barrier, I'd say.
So Orlando looks at you and goes, "As it turns out, I think I'm picking up what you're putting down here. Let's say, if you don't currently have a ship, probably the easiest way to expedite your departure to Druidia, which is where the package is going, by the way, in case you didn't know, I would say head down to docking ring 3 and maybe hit up the valet parking board. That would be where I would start."
Okay, I'm going to under my breath, kind of like force whisper to Nunya Biz, be like,
"Hello, my pretty. Go to docking bay 3 and your secrets will be known."
Boy, that's creepy. Bugger.
Yeah. By the way, yes, there is 100% a bougie parking area that is for valet parking people's spacecrafts, just so that they don't have to circle around for looking for a space to dock themselves.
Right.
And just like a normal valet, they just leave the key sitting there.
All right.
So,
let's see. The creepy fucker who likes to kidnap people and wants to kidnap a space station says Docking Bay 3, so let's go check out Docking Bay 3.
So, as you guys are doing this inside-outside, the two Spaceballs, they are wearing full Spaceball armor, large helmets. They look like legitimate infantry troops. They have halfway decent, like, armaments. And they walk over and go, hey, all this noise. You're not supposed to be making... Can't you read the sign? And they point, and there's a sign that says, "No making a nuisance, no loud noises." And the other guy goes, yeah, and that sign too. And he points at another sign that says, no dancing, no having fun.
I guess I will stop. I'll just stand there stark still with a glow stick in my hand now.
Everybody else just stops.
Now,
and immediately goes back to doing exactly what they were doing before.
now I'm so sorry. I didn't notice that sign or that sign, but I have to say, I wasn't necessarily dancing. I was doing what's called calisthenics. And I just have to move my body sometimes. And I have to tell you, it's not necessarily fun. I am an elderly gentleman, and my bones creak and crack. And to move at a faster pace would just cause me more discomfort. So I can't even say I was having fun. So I wasn't dancing and I wasn't having fun. So, therefore, young man is going to poke the chest of the space ball. I wasn't doing anything wrong.
I'm going to see him aggravating this guard, and I'm going to just make my way over to what might be considered a flanking position.
Okay. So the two space balls kind of like fully 90-degree turn their heads to look at each other. They have to. They can't look at each other out of the corner of their eyes because of those huge helmets. They kind of block your peripheral vision a bit. And then they look back at you and go, all right, sir, that sounds fair. You were not dancing and you were not having fun. It's our mistake. We're very sorry. And it seems like you aren't doing anything illegal. However, we're going to ask you to turn around and put your hands behind your back for assaulting an officer of the planet Spaceball.
Oh. Is that how it's gonna be? Well.
The hanger-on goes, yeah, that's how it's going to be. Poked him. And we have guns, so we get to make the rules. Turn around.
This is Democracy Manifest. You're going to assault me for enjoying a succulent movement here on a space station? How dare you? And Randall will turn around toward one of the guards and put his hands up like he should against the wall. But he's going to put him up against the chest of one of the big burly guards.
Ooh. Can I, if he does that, can I get on hands and knees at the backside of this guard?
Yeah, do you want to go into stealth before anything pops off? Because they're not paying attention to you directly now.
No, I'm just thinking that if this guard gets a little shove, I can just be a stumbling block, and maybe this guy ends up prone. If
right, the old 1-2.
Yeah, if Randall decides to apply force, you can have a guard on his butt.
Okay, let's do it. That sounds like fun. Guard kind of like looks down, looks back up at him, looks over his shoulder at the space balls, and goes, man, consent is important. Why you go around touching people all the time? It's very rude. It's going to get you into trouble.
Okay, so Glup is in position, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm helping Operation Guard on Ass right now.
Okay.
So Rail's gonna be like, I'll show you, Trouble, and is gonna push as hard as he can, which probably is not gonna be enough, but
Okay, give me a athletics check.
all right. Let's scroll down to athletics. Oh boy. The big goose egg. Let's see what that roll looks like. Yeah.
A 1.
I like a good bounce off a big meaty man's chest.
I think he just pushed himself.
Actually, the Gamoran guard looks down and then looks up at him and goes, like, you see him fully just like shrug. It's like, we're doing this now? Okay. And he reaches up and he is going to give you a shove back. Hold on. So
What is this, a slapping fight?
Yeah, it seems like that. It's like a.
as it turns out, he rolls a 12, which is enough to get you off balance, but not enough to really fully shove you. Wow, by the way, rolling 2 1s with advantage in athletics is absolutely impressive.
There's got to be
Yeah.
something with the
In
roll
a
20
bad,
RNG.
horrible way. So the Gamoran
So-
guard pushes you back and kind of pushes you off balance a little and goes, hey.
Can I spin? Okay, can I, being pushed back, can I purposely now spin myself and knock myself into the space balls?
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to say give me a performance check.
Probably a better chance there.
Ooh, 17's pretty good. Yeah, they buy it. It looks like, even though you didn't get shoved that hard, it looks like you got shoved by the Gamoran guard into this guy, and you just like plow into the chest of this space ball. The one standing next to him is like, goes, hey, can't do that, and starts getting his gun out, getting ready to do something with it, probably to point it at you and try and arrest you by force. The one you plowed into, let me do a check. Dexterity check. He falls on his ass. He doesn't catch himself, so he's splayed under you and goes, get off of me!
Oh, that guard pushed me into you. That's rude. Very rude.
Okay.
Where am I in relation to?
You are behind the Gamoran guard. You can move or do whatever you want at this point. You can even attempt either an escape or another distraction.
So, for reference, the goal was to trip the space ball. That's what I was hoping to be.
Well, the good news is, were you behind the space ball?
Well, that was the hope, was that when Randall pushed the space ball, that I would be a stumbling block.
So 100%, yeah.
I was pushing the Gamorrean, like. The
Right, and the
the big
Gamorrean
guard.
pushed him back, and he stumbled into the space ball. So that's okay. That's an easy retcon.
I must have mistaken what you were doing. I apologize. I thought you were okay.
That's okay. This works better because he rolled a natural 1 trying to push the Gamorrean.
It's the same outcome I was going for.
So instead, he quote unquote accidentally stumbles into the space ball, who he'd poked in the chest earlier and who is threatening to arrest him, or planning to arrest him. You are behind him, sort of like 5-year-old kid style, like bent down. So he gets pushed over your back and goes prone. Let me see if he actually. I'm going to see if he actually dropped his weapon, and his buddy goes, "Hey!" hey, and actually starts getting his gun ready to point at you to try and take you both into custody for disturbing the peace and assaulting a spaceball by force. And I'm going to say at this point, we are going to roll for initiative. Okay. So, Glep's at 10. Uh-huh, 4.
And I'd still probably be at Docking Bay 3 right now, right?
You guys are inside the Chili's. You heard the music stop, and you actually heard a little bit of some back and forth, and then you kind of heard an oof and a hey!
Oh, so I was there the whole time?
So you guys are... you guys
Nanya's
are
at the
inside
party.
the door. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was in the parking
Happening
deck.
outside. This is not... Actually, it's a glass door in the Chili's, so you can fully see this is happening right outside the Chili's.
Oh, all right. Good, I can jump right in there. Let's get
you
to
can,
stunning.
actually. So everybody gives me an initiative roll. I'm rolling for people also who are not getting involved directly. Of course I did. All right. The Spaceballs rolled 1 on their initiative. That is impressive. You know what? We're all rolling terribly, but I'm rolling worse than everybody else. You guys are very lucky.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber.
The other thing to say is anybody who is a rogue who has a bad feeling can move before we actually start the turn order.
No, I have a good feeling. I'm right where I want to be.
Excellent. All right. None your business. 20 is pretty good. So, just for clarity, Orlando and the 4 agents who are hiding inside there, 4 of his protection detail who nobody actually scoped out, all rolled 24s on initiative. But they're not getting involved.
I just realized I'm muted. With my bad feeling, all I'm going to do is also not get involved. So,
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. In fact, I will turn to Orlando and say, "Oh, that's I don't think those were our people. I think the whole rave thing must have wrapped up, and we should just let this one pass."
Okay, Orlando looks at you and goes, "Honestly, darling, as long as it happens out there instead of in here, you really don't care." Just
Right. Can I have another one of those drinks, actually?
Absolutely.
The whole thing blow over.
He actually makes you like a little to-go mug with like Chili's logo on the outside.
Plastic lid.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's using his top of the order initiative to make you a drink to go.
Boy, couldn't have been an Outback.
Okay, I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing?
So I think
Nope.
Nunya is first in the initiative, right?
Nunya is the first in the initiative roll who actually might do something. Yes. So
How
we
far
rolling
away
for-
am I?
Do we need to roll for what's his Pepito?
Oh, Pepito.
Darth Brooks.
I'm gonna say he's
Got a
gonna
lot of
go-
names.
He's
Chris
gonna
Gaines.
go on the same turn as
Okay.
Davis.
Excellent.
So we're treating him like a hireling. familiar, whatever you want to call them. Technically, I'm
familiar
using
works.
stats for a hireling. So, all right, Nunya, you're up. You are about 10 feet away, and there is a glass door between you and them.
Oh, well, so now. I'd hate to bust through a glass door. That might be a bit much, but might be also dramatic.
True. It is unlocked. You can't just let yourself out.
All right. Well, can I run? Open the glass door as I run, and then use electroshock on one of the spaceballs. I've always wanted to try this.
Yes, you can. You want to try the one that's standing up, getting his gun ready to fire, or are you going for the one that's prone?
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna take out my baton and use electroshock.
Okay. What are you again? What's your class?
My class? I don't know. Now I've got to look at my core. I am a scout, level 3.
All right. So, I'm going to say level 3. So you do have, if you want to do a bonus action before you attack, you can do that too.
Bonus action. Well, I can save the bonus action for after I attack, right?
Either way.
Okay. Nope. I'm gonna stick with the plan for now.
Okay.
Gonna try to stun him.
All right. Go ahead and give me a. Let's see. Do you roll an attack or do I roll a saving throw?
I think I have to roll. Let me go ahead and look at the power again. It's now. Oh yeah, or you can just click on it. There it is.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, melee attack.
Okay.
I should have something on my core for a stun baton, but I don't see it. But I guess I could just make unarmed strike.
I'll tell you what. We'll flavor it that you have a on your whatever your glove or your gauntlet is or your pad. You have just like a little taser bolt that comes out, and you can just like stun people with that.
All right. Yeah, I've got it on the gauntlet.
Yeah, and it also can be used to charge your phone. So
Okay.
Well, unarmed strike.
Does a 15 hit?
15 actually does just hit this space ball.
All right, so it would do 3 kinetic, then an additional 1d8 lightning damage.
Okay.
So I need to roll that d8 if I can find, or I could just type it in. Oh, there we are. Okay. Yeah, roll 1d8. So 3 kinetic, 3 lightning damage.
Okay. Nice.
Blow.
And becomes shocked until the start of his next turn, so it means he's gonna lose his turn.
Yep.
Clever.
Get him
All
with
right.
the stun, mate.
All right. He gets shocked. You kind of see like almost like a cartoony like zap of like bluish lightning around him. It like lights up his eyes and his teeth.
And then my bonus action. What sort of bonus actions do I have as scout? I don't get bonus disengage, right? This ain't rogue stuff.
Not yet. You can do that as a specialty later. But I think you can tag him or something, like almost like a hunter's mark. But
oh, right. Don't I have that power here? Let me.
I don't remember what it's called in Star Wars, though. I gotta look it up.
Let me see.
But that's the beauty of SW5E being a reskin of D&D5E.
Mark of the Hunter.
There you go.
Yep. And I put the Mark of the Hunter on him.
All right, and he is stunned. He cannot act or react until his next turn. Although it does not look like he took a huge amount of damage from that. So, just FYI, he's kind of beefy. Surprisingly, for somebody who is, yeah.
Yeah, well, if I attack him again, I can put Ranger's Quarry die on him also, in addition to whatever I attack him with.
Okay. Hey, Cody, you're up. So as one is prone, the one that was getting his gun out is stunned. The one who is prone has dropped his weapon.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm not leaving the Chili's yet.
Okay, that's fine.
So
Is there
I
anything
think
you
I'm
want
just
to
going to
do
hang out.
inside the Chili's? By the way, you can do a perception check or whatever you want inside the Chili's also.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm just hanging out with Orlando. What's around? We got good music on. I'll do a little perception.
So the music is very Chili's like diner core music, not very
Yeah.
sharp edge. It does look like now that you're doing a quick perception roll, it does seem like there are multiple sort of reclining shadowy figures in booths here and there, kind of just a little out of sight. Likely they are Orlando's personal defense force, bodyguards that he takes with him. The major domo is sort of like hanging out, chilling, reclining dramatically on the counter, looking not on the counter, against the counter, looking slightly put upon. And there does appear to be a back door to this place. There's a large doorway that goes into the kitchen. There's obviously like a sort of freezer sort of door access next to it, and then there's what appears to be the employee entrance slash back door that probably goes back into like the steam tunnels. So there is a back door to this place.
Orlando, is that back door open? Can we just head out?
Give me a persuasion roll or pull out 50 credits.
I might actually have the 50 credits from robbing that store. I don't remember how much I got. Oh, no, I do not. We'll try a little persuasion. I'm not the best persuasive person. Just a 10.
Okay. He goes, well, it's kind of a one-way door. You can go out that way, you just can't come back in that way. I'd prefer, if you're going to use it, that you not bring anybody back through with you, though. I mean, it's very hard to clean up blood. These carpets, you wouldn't believe how much shampooing it takes to get blood out of shag carpets. And nacho cheese, too. Don't ask. It's complicated.
Yeah, that's fine. Cannibal, are you coming up the back door, or are you, I don't know, dealing with that?
Wait, have you done your persuasion roll to?
Yeah.
He did. He gave him the bare minimum of information, which is it's a one-way door. You can exit that way. You just can't come back in that way.
Okay, yeah. Cannibal's gonna look at Nunya. Is that you?
Nunya?
Yeah. This is that, or that's just mine now. So that's just mine now. So yes.
That's his mine.
He's gonna kind of look at him and look at Orlando and be like,
Do you see Pepito out there in the hallway in an altercation? Correct. You see Pepito. Correct, Orlando.
Oh, you're talking to Orlando.
Talking to Orlando.
Yeah, so he looks like he's just kind of standing there watching an empty bag blow around in the middle of the while everybody else is I don't know, having a shoving match of some sort. If you want, I'll put $5 on the Spaceballs for the shoving match.
Well, I don't think you understand, but that's your payday. And he seems to be in quite a predicament because his bodyguards are frankly failing, and it would behoove you in terms of credits to save Pepito, the Spanish ambassador, or the son of the Spanish ambassador, and take care of this nonsense for us. I have pressing matters to attend to, so I will probably leave through the steam tunnels. So you know what? I'll leave Pepito in your care. You'll be responsible for his safety. for the manner which you find him. And frankly, we'd only be able to make a deal with the Spanish ambassador and do this various Tinder dating situation if he's still alive. And
give me either a deception or a persuasion with advantage, because you've already rolled a natural 20 and convinced him he's the son of a Spanish ambassador.
Deception, like we've established that he's. I think it's a persuasion because I think we've established that. Yeah.
And 18. And 18's going to do it. He goes, I suppose it's too much to ask that I guess things are never easy if you want to come out on top, are they? And he actually gestures very quickly with one of his mechanical fingers. It actually does a little zzz, zzz sound. And one of his bodyguards come over. Apparently a alien-looking person who is covered head to toe in like very dark fur, in sort of the coloration of a German Shepherd, with very dark, sharp eyes and very heavily armed. And Orlando leans over and whispers in one of this Mog's ears, and then goes, "Oh, all right. So we'll take care of that. Sit tight for a moment. My major domo will show you where to get your package as soon as we take care of this." And,
we'll leave the major domo in the hands of.
He will have to show you where the package is in order to unlock it. So he's going.
Do we need the major domo where we're going?
Oh, well, I will expect you to allow him to return to me, but yes, as a matter of fact, and unless you want to wander around lost and not be able to open the lock. And the Twi'lek-looking guy who's like lounging goes, Oh, life is so cruel. All I wanted was an easy gig. And now I must. And he goes, "Oh, shut up, you. Seriously, you have to make everything so overdramatic. You're being literally asked to walk 15 feet to a freezer and open it. Get over it. Give me a minute." While all this conversation is happening, the sort of German Shepherd Mog guy walks over to the Chili's door, opens the front door, leans out, and whispers something to the Gamoran guard. Shuts the door, and walks back to his booth. The Gamoran looks thoughtful for a moment. Probably one of those situations where it takes an unusually long time for a new idea to sort of soak into the brain cells. And he then finally turns and looks at the other Gamoran and leans over and whispers something in his ear. And then both of the Gamorans, basically in sync, walk over a little bit. Sorry, well, I don't want to step on the turn order, but I'm just throwing the turn order right out of the window here, because the Gamorans get ready to move on their turn. Before that happens, it is Glup's turn.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go. Are we going to the steam tunnels? Is that what me and used assets are doing? I think we're taking the major domo with us to the steam tunnels. Right?
You are.
Okay.
So since I've got too many irons in the fire, I'll say, Glup, do you want to do something while this is happening? One of these space balls is prone, and one of them is shocked.
I do. What would it take to pick up the gun that is on the ground?
A very simple sleight of hand.
Cool. We will start with that.
Yeah, that's no problem. You grab this heavy blaster.
Cool.
This thing is almost as big as you are.
Nice. So the cool thing about me is I can do that as a bonus action as part of my cutting action.
Okay.
So I use my cunning action to do that. Now, the other guard who is stunned, he also has a blaster holstered.
He has a blaster in his hand.
Cool. I'd also like to steal that since he's stunned.
Okay, so that's going to be an opposed strength check. Go ahead and give me a athletics roll.
Well, that's not going to work out well.
Would he have advantage since he's stunned?
Yes, actually.
Cool. I'll roll that a second time and do worse.
As you do.
Actually,
as it has been done and will be done.
he rolled a 4. He rolled a 3 plus 1, so he got a 4. You got a 5. So yeah, you wrenched the second blaster out of his hand.
Cool.
That actually worked.
Do these folks have any other weapons on them, or is it just their standard issue? Like,
So they have their big helmets. They have their blasters. They have a couple extra blaster cartridges on their belt, and that appears to be it. They don't appear to have any secondary or holdout weapons.
cool. How does the what's the situation as far as like the floors go? Like, how high is it to the next floor?
You are on the 14th level of like an open air center mezzanine. So it's 13 stories to the ground floor of this mall.
Okay, but like up. Like, is it like handrails and stuff like up?
Yeah, there are rails along the edge, and they are just a little bit shorter than OSHA would be okay with. Basically,
Okay.
a normal-sized man standing up could accidentally tip himself over the edge of this and fall to his death easily.
So, if you'll take a look at the second half of Fast and Agile, additionally, climbing no longer costs extra movement, and I gain the ability to move in flying leaps with incredible speed, precision, and power. When I move, instead of using my walking speed, I may take 2 short movements up by flying. Could I possibly jump off the shoulders of a Gamorrean and then make my way up to a floor above us?
So that's the trick. There is no floor above.
We're
You
on
are
the
at
top floor.
You're at the top floor because the Chili's and the Rainforest Cafe and all of these other restaurants,
Margaritaville.
Yep.
Yeah.
they all have a view of the stars because they are at the top level of the actual mall. So there's nothing
We could
higher
have been
than
doing deals in the Rainforest Cafe. You failed to mention
You know, Red Lobster, cheddar bay biscuits.
Oh, there is absolutely a Red Lobster.
Is there an
This
Outback?
Listen,
Unfortunately,
they always do the deals in the Chili's. I don't know.
This is
No
a
Outback.
top
No
shelf
Orlando
food
Bloomin'
court.
Onion.
I will.
There to be a no. they're just-
Orlando Bloomin' Onion, did you say that?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my robot chicken reference for the night. Thank you.
I'm
All right,
sorry,
I will.
It is too low rent for an Outback Steakhouse, unfortunately.
I will use my move action to go into the Chili's with 2 oversized blasters for me in
Okay.
hand.
Yeah, and they're not going to do any kind of size or speed or strength penalty. You just like dip into the Chili's while they are now both completely unarmed.
Toddler with a handgun. 2 handguns.
2 handguns, like both of them. Like I imagine just balanced like against your little tiny waist in both hands. Actually, I'll do you one better. One of the Gamorreans sees you coming with both of those guns, just opens the door for you to go through and shuts it.
Dink dink.
Okay, so we still have a turn coming up for our very creepy Sith Inquisitor. You haven't actually burned your turn yet, sir, or your minion's turn.
Oh, I am not getting involved in this.
You don't have to get involved. You can 100% use Force Whisper to say something to Goth Brooks if you want to. Just FYI, the door and the window will not get in your.
Okay, yeah. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm probably gonna force Whisper to Goth Brooks, and I'll just be like,
Goth, listen to me.
Ah.
You must follow Glubshito. Look at him. He is your father now. Glubshito will take care of you in my absence. Think of me as your grandpappy. Just your grandpappy. But Glubshito, he is your father. Follow him. Learn from him.
No.
For the love of God, dink with him.
That's impossible. I don't look anything like a Jawa. Nobody will buy that.
It is true. You must follow to learn the truth.
I really should have stayed home today. And he'll actually turn and sort of do the slow shuffling, angry 6-year-old shuffle walk into the Chili's and open the door. He opens the door with enough force that the little bell goes ding ding and walks in and looks up and sees for the first time Jawa with 2 large weapons. Goes, I guess you're my dad now.
Dink, dink.
Dink.
Dad, he actually hugs you while you've got these 2 giant weapons, and he bends down and he wraps both of his arms around you. It's awkward.
Dink.
And Orlando leans back and goes, wait, I thought he was the son of the Spanish ambassador. You failed to mention Glubshito was the Spanish ambassador.
Dink.
Oh, well, I suppose.
Have you ever heard the tale of Goth Two Daddians?
No, and I don't have the time right now. Mike, Zeke, would you take care of this, please? We have someplace to be. And both of the Gamorrean guards, it is now their turn. They both walk over. One of them grabs the standing but shocked and now disarmed Spaceball by the ruff of the neck. The other one picks up the one that's on the ground, basically by the front of his trousers, essentially, and lifts him up so he's kind of prone with arms and legs hanging. And they both walk over to the edge of the railing and just, both of them, almost in the exact same moment, drop both the Spaceball. And you listen, and you listen, and you listen, and then you both hear a combination of splat and boing, 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 boing.
Boy, that's the way you do it. See you next fall, gents.
Well, Orlando leans over and goes, somebody will come looking for them, but I find it best to avoid awkward questions, especially if you happen to be in a Chili's. If you wouldn't do me a favor and please take your package and just go. And the major domo goes, yeah, here, just everybody come over here, I'll show you. And he walks over to the walk-in freezer at the Chili's and punches a button in, punches a 12-button sequence on this walk-in freezer, and there's and then the door slowly opens, and a waterfall of cold mist comes tumbling out, and you see what appears to be. It's kind of like a big block of carbonite, but it would be closer to say it looks like a big aluminum jello mold shaped like a person. You could just barely make out a head, a body, arms, legs. And it also currently happens to be sitting on a deactivated hover platform to make it easier to sort of roll and move out of.
I love
Oh,
freeze-dried
Jello.
meat.
Yeah, that's your package.
What the hell's this, mate? Or I should say, who the hell's this?
So Orlando goes, well, you can pay me 50 credits and I'll tell you. Or
Forget that.
know it yourself.
Sometimes it's just better not to know, to just not ask those kind of questions.
You know what? Yeah, I agree. Especially if it's going to cost me 50 space bucks or credits or whatever. Let's just get to the. We'll get to the valet.
Is there a button there, like to unfreeze them? Is there like a thing?
There is like a full little like pad that's built into the like aluminum jello mold that's shaped like basically a giant person-shaped jello mold.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna electric shock that.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack.
Okay. So that's not an attack. That's a power. It's an action.
God,
I'm burning
force
I'm burning an action. Yeah. So I'll do 1d10 on the pad.
Using the Schwartz lightning.
Pad completely burns out and goes dark.
Oi, can't take you anywhere, can we? What the hell did you do that for? Is there anything happening with the jello mold, or is it just gelatinous?
Well, all you see is the outside of the jello mold, and the switch to open it up has been short-circuited and gone dark. You could try and repair it, or you could try and force the mold open, or you can just take it as is.
Well, here's the question, I guess. Does it look like anything untoward is happening to the contents of this jello mold?
No, just looks like a big aluminum jello mold.
Well,
Open
Christ.
Do it.
No,
Do it.
don't want to.
You
Just
will
gonna leave
do
it be. We'll fix it when we get to Druidia. Crikey.
So the major domo throws one of his like lucans, one of his little tentacles behind his neck and goes, all right, whatever you're gonna do, don't do it here. We don't want you here when the space balls come and find out what happens to those other two. That door is a one-way door. It will take you to the lift that'll let you go, I suppose, if they're going to one of the docking bays. Including docking bay 3, I believe was recommended by
Right, that's just by the glass door, right?
yes, Master Orlando Calvizian said that you should go over.
Right.
And the sooner you go, the sooner I don't have to look at you anymore. So please just
Right.
go.
Right, bugger off. Let's get out of here. You know, come on, mates. Through the glass door. Grab some keys. Be on our way. Bob's your
Somebody
uncle.
Give me either a athletics or an acrobatics check to push the gantry with the giant jello mold on it.
All right. The gantry. Athletics or what?
Acrobatics or athletics. I'll let you choose which one.
I'm kind of crapping both of them, so
I
get a plus 2 or a plus 2.
Acrobatics.
Okay. Basically, if somebody rolls better than plus 5, they can push and control this thing well enough.
Easy peasy.
Let me know if you
Nothing
roll
but a
less
bit of
than
business.
5, because you're going to be chasing this thing down the hall.
No. I got a 19.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, you can just push this big old aluminum thing right through the employee service exit, and
Hooray!
and off you go. By the way,
But wait, before you guys leave, you hear faintly from outside the Chili's. Hello? Can anyone help me up? Hello? I got knocked down.
Boy, did somebody give Grandpa a hand over there?
Or use a hand.
That's your uncle. You must save your uncle.
oh,
Your
okay.
Uncle Randall needs you to help him up. Please
Oh, I
save
never
your
met that man
Uncle
in my life.
Randall.
It just
So-
because it's called Randall or doesn't mean it's from DeLorean, mate.
So yeah, Garth Brooks goes, yes, Grandpappy. I'll go help him get up, and we'll get the sweater, and we'll meet you at.
In fact, everyone here is your uncle.
All right. Are you
My
telling me it's with the Helsinki syndrome, right?
Even the robot.
Yes. Yes.
He's gonna have a
Wow.
mental break.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to cry. It's like I can't afford this many Christmas gifts for people. What?
Worry
All
about
right.
it when we get to Spaceballs 2. The quest for more money. Now help them up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Spaceballs goodies are. Yeah, no, the Spaceballs. The store is on the first level. I mean, it's hard to miss.
Well, if we get through this, you can have Spaceballs and Flamethrower.
He looks around and goes, "Can we not with the flamethrower? I don't want to die."
Whatever.
He
Spaceballs
looks
color you want. I don't
close
care.
to
Pick them up,
this
please.
point. He goes, I'll go get him, Uncle, Uncle everybody. He just turns and he shuffles out the door to go to go help Randall up. Uncle Randall, you can get up now. Come on.
Lend me a hand. I prefer the power of touch.
He actually
sure.
does lean down and gives you a assist up.
Oh. Thank you, Garth.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
Did we win?
Honestly, I have no idea what's happening. But we're not dead, and if you want, we can go get your sweater, and I think we're gonna go to Docking Bay. I don't know. I'm really confused.
Three Docking Blade Pay 3. Bloody hell.
Right.
Randall
Right.
will hold up
Garth,
the
you're
punch
not
card
the
to
leader
it.
of the family vacation. That belongs to another member of the family. Being the youngest, you will not have any kind of input on where we're going. Remember that.
Grandpa, Dad, Uncle, stop fighting!
Uncle Grandpa.
Let's go get a sweater vest.
All right, we'll meet you guys there. We're gonna go get Uncle Randall his sweater, and I'm gonna try and get some drugs, cause yeah, we'll meet you there, Master, Father, Grandpa.
Why don't you two get the sweater vest? Creepy fucker, you can find out how we get a fucking door open for the bay, and I can, get a fucking ship to put this in. Bloody hell.
Orlando goes, you realize there's not really a docking bay door. You just kind of go in and out, right?
What? Crikey. You didn't tell me that.
You don't even need to. You don't ship as long as you can get the keys from the valet parking.
Well, he's amazing. All right, let's get the keys. And get
I
that
would
fucking sweater
say
vest
no.
before we leave.
All right, then, ta-ta, and I suppose I will be in contact with you about the future dating prospects of the young man. He actually tries to give you like a very robot waggle of the eyebrows, except he doesn't have eyebrows. So it just ends up looking like he's flashing his eyes on and off like he's winking.
Yes, we can connect on LinkedIn. We can be connections, and I can share my business motives with you. Yes, privately, in a separate message with
That
pictures.
sounds fantastic, but please refrain from sharing and posting photos of food, and don't tag me in anything, all right? And then Orlando switches to female mode and goes, all right, sugar. Bye, everyone. Try not to kill anyone else or get anyone else killed on your way out. And yeah, he goes back to she goes back to doing what she was doing. Everybody else
Lounging
kind
in
of settles
empty
into
chili.
whatever they were doing.
All right, well, we got the skiff, so I guess I'm gonna go find a car like I was trying to do a few minutes ago before the kerfuffle happened.
So
Let me find.
I believe going through the employee tunnels is the best way to keep the gantry and the giant jello mold shaped like person hidden in case there's any more spaceballs to deal with.
Right.
And it does seem like Randall and Goth Brooks are intent on going the front way so they can stop by the Forever 81 store.
I
It
thought it was
also
Forever
is,
91.
Forever 91. Forever 91.
Forever 91. That's true. Forever 81 didn't do as well with that demographic.
It also is 25 past the hour. This might be.
Yes.
Might
This
be
is
a good
actually
stopping
a
point.
good place to call it for now. We'll do a quick fast forward. Randall, you get your sweaters. You know what? Roll me a d20 really quick. We'll do one last thing.
Oh, just a D20? Okay.
Just a d20.
And D20.
All right. Was it /roll D20? I forget how to do with
Or
the roll.
you can just click on the little dice roller if you want off to the left.
Yeah, on the left there's a D20, and you can hit the dice and then just pick one D20, like this. Boop.
Oh, right. That's perfect. You get your sweater
Well,
vest.
no, that's not his roll. That's mine. I was just demonstrating. So Randall
Okay.
should have
It's
rolled
on
his own
the-
dice.
That's true. Randall, you need to
Dice.
roll.
It's over on the side of
Just for
the window.
There we go. I got a
Left.
6.
So, Randall, you get yourself your
Six.
sweater vest of your choice. You get it with matching suspenders, but you also have a bounty of 25 space bucks on your head now.
What did I ever do? I just stood up for the rights of the common man.
25 space bucks. Those are rookie numbers.